We begin this episode in Kandavu and visit the village of Kadavu.
Gosh, this is a bit of a weird setup. It's like a footpath in the mangroves. And we've got to try and make our way up to that village, but we're not 100% sure how to.
There's a technique to make the noise.
Brave and Utopia adults were welcomed to the kava drinking building, where the young men swept and laid down a mat.
Are you better than everybody else?
No.
That's what they do.
He's faster than anybody
He's
else.
faster.
So, because I go na Bali. So this is your first time in Fiji, or?
We've been here for 6 months and they've been here even longer.
We've been here nearly 8 months. We've been here.
But only our second kava ceremony because of COVID.
Yes.
The villagers didn't want us to come to the village, so
Yeah, it's been very strange coming to Fiji and not being allowed to share time with people.
Yes. Because most of the time when you come, everybody wants to share time with you.
Yeah, it's been quite lonely.
But for the last 2 years it's been very quiet because of COVID.
You know.
Yeah. Maybe this year it gets better. Gets bigger, more boats.
Kava is such an integral part of the culture here in Fiji, as well as in other nations of the Pacific. It's a ceremonial drink that marks friendship, achievement, and milestones in life. In Fiji, it's traditionally prepared to welcome guests into a village, and as such, we gift kava called sevu sevu to show respect to the village chief.
So your tongue's a bit numb.
Yeah. Feels like you've been to the dentist.
Ula.
More men arrived for kava, but we retreated to the boats. Soon we moved on to the island of Bulia in the Astrolabe Reef, where we enjoyed the water, had fun with the local kids, and explored on shore.
The other side we'll go there. That's a workshop where they make all the, the games. They play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they make all of that on site.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
All kind of people here. They were, artists, art and all. Yeah. It's amazing. I see it on TV and then you work with them. You see all these.
This is where all of the crew come and camp out during this filming of Survivor. It's European Survivor, so it's the French and the Germans and the Swedish. And they come here and they spend 3 months apiece filming their Survivor.
Our guide had plenty of tales to tell about the goings-on behind the scenes during the filming of a season of Survivor, and the sheer size of the production was mind-boggling, though the site was suffering from abandonment during COVID. We decided to leave Astrolabe Reef this morning. We are going to head with Utopia up to Suva to reprovision. And, general thoughts of Kandavu are, it's the most religious spot we've been to. Church services on a Sunday. There's 3 church services that everyone in the village attends. The kids aren't allowed to play. There's no running around on the beach. There's no swimming. Everyone's pretty subdued, and it was Sunday yesterday and we anchored out on the Astrolabe Reef right at the northern end, and and did a couple of dives, and we didn't go and visit the village as soon as we arrived, which is on a nearby island, because it was before 12 o'clock and we figured everybody would be in church anyway. And then later in the afternoon, Andrew and Dave went in and did sevi, and they thanked the guys for respecting the chief, but there was little else going on. There was no interaction really. I think the guys were on the beach for about 4 minutes, handed over kava and did the pleasantries, and you know, there was no real welcome. And I think it wasn't because the village was unfriendly, it's purely because it's Sunday. And so that's one thing to note about coming down to Kandavu, is that you being boisterous and playing outside a village is probably a bit frowned upon. They're very conservative with dress and expect ladies to be well covered up. We were asked if we were going to swim from our boat, could the ladies please wear skirts? We didn't actually end up in that situation. We didn't swim from our boat outside a village, so I didn't really have to comply. We certainly cover up when we go into a village. I kind of feel like that's, you know, that's the way things are down here, but I don't know if I'd feel that comfortable constantly swimming fully dressed just around my own boat. Like, I don't know. Anyway, we were never in the position to have to decide whether we were going to politely decline or comply. So anyway, on the move now. There's only a few more weeks left of our school term, and then we'll be looking at whether to see if we can sail across to Australia. But first things first, we need to go and get some food from Suva. Difficult trying to work out where to anchor here in Suva Harbour. I mean, there's just boats everywhere. We've got fishing boats just lined up, then you've got container ships around, and then these little treasures.
So we've just pulled up the anchor here in Suva, and it was disgusting. The chain was just caked in black mud. The anchor's come up with some Suva rubbish on, so we've got some extras to take with us this time.
So I guess taking the anchor away means cyclone season is basically over.
I think for us, yeah, the time here in Fiji with the worry of cyclones is
coming to an end.
Bye, Master.
Well, you've got all your faces in your schoolwork. None of you are looking around at the scenery. Oh well, priorities.
So we are about to leave. We've been in and out of the Muscat area since November 2021. It's now April 2022. We've been here for such a long time that, you know, it does feel like home. But it's time for us to go. And so we're going to head to Denerau and then sit there for a couple of days, just get a last few sort of tasks done before we leave. And then Monday it looks like we'll be checking out and setting off.
Priya, how do you feel about leaving Fiji and making our way to Australia?
Well, I feel sad, but at the same time, I feel excited because we've really enjoyed our time in Fiji and I'm definitely going to miss it. But when we get to Australia, we're going to be able to meet up with some friends like Argo and just some family friends, and we'll be able to visit new places in Australia that we haven't seen, and then we'll be able to go to Indonesia and continue travelling. So that's always going to be exciting.
Join us next time as we make our way west to Australia.